Welcome back everybody to another Marvel Snap video. I am Flash and thank you for joining me. Just quick housekeeping, get out the way. If you enjoy the content, if you're learning anything from the content, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. That would very much help me along this journey. So today's video, I want to talk about the most recent things happening in Marvel Snap. Obviously, we got new season started last night, Days of Future Past, new cards, all of that stuff. There were a lot of videos came out last night talking about Nimrod and where Nimrod fits in, what decks he goes in, what decks goes against Nimrod, trolling videos about why they couldn't play Nimrod. A lot of things happening last night in the Marvel Snap universe. This video, I want to go over whether or not, realistically, for those kind of middle of the road players, whether or not the season pass is worth getting and if Nimrod is worth having. Now I say middle of the road meaning if you're not a whale and you don't buy the top tier of everything and all the bundles, and you bought the pro bundle and all of these bundles, then I'm not talking about you. You're gonna buy everything. This is kind of for the, I want to call it the in-betweeners, which is kind of where I fit in, right? I buy the season pass because it has good value. And that's kind of it. The good value players, not free to play, but we're closer. We're much closer to free to play than we are to the whales, the big spenders. Because all it takes for us is not to buy the season pass, and then we're free to play. That being said, Nimrod fits into a very specific archetype, which is the Destroy archetype. If you're not playing Destroy, you have no reason to play the card. It's like Nimrod. Not Nimrod. It's like MODOK last season. If you play discard, if you're a heavy discard player, great. MODOK's perfect for you. If not, you could have passed on it. What the trend is, which I like the trend of Second Dinner finding the good balance of these cards are good in this archetype. Unlike Zabu, Silver Surfer, where they created a whole new archetype. Now the cards before that were fine as well. Black Panther, Miles Morales, they just kind of fit in somewhere nice, right? Zabu and Surfer, I think, is where the trend fell off the tracks a little bit. And now they seem to be back on trend. MODOK, Nimrod, Hitmonkey, right? Because Hitmonkey fits into an archetype. You can't just put it in anything. You could, but it wouldn't work as well unless you put it into a Khazar Zoo deck or a Sarah deck, right? That's where it's going to find its home. So that being said, Nimrod, I think overall is a pass if you just want to say I want the card to be a really strong card, and that's why I'm buying the season pass. If that's your goal for purchasing the season pass, then you should go ahead and pass on Nimrod. Point blank, right? Now, if you're an all-in Destroy player, go on and get you Nimrod. Now, with an asterisk, because I played some games. I played a lot of games last night, played some games this morning. I tried Nimrod. I tried some things that might work against Nimrod. It's weird, even in the Destroy archetype. Because unlike MODOK, where MODOK kind of made the discard archetype a little bit stronger and a little bit more viable and took out some of the RNG, especially towards the end of the game, Nimrod doesn't do that for the Destroy archetype. You can't just slot Nimrod into Death Wave and it becomes better. No. That archetype is still the best version of Death of the Destroy archetype that you want to play. If you want to play, if you're a Destroy player, you're the best archetype is one of two. Either the Death Wave or the Venom archetype. Now, the Nimrod deck fits into the Venom archetype. It does, with the Wolverine and the making things bigger. It fits in there. I will say that. So if you're a Destroy deck player, the Venom version, Nimrod is a good deck for you. I mean, Nimrod is a good card for you. I don't think it just slots in all Destroy archetypes, which is why I don't think it's a definite must get for every Destroy player. I tried it because the 5 power sounds fine until it hits the board and you're like, oh, it's just 5. And 10, meaning it's 10 overall, because the original one's destroyed, which means it's not better than Dr. Doom. Just play Dr. Doom. That's the problem. The problem is you could just play Dr. Doom, which is a better card, right? Dr. Doom is a borderline S top of A tier card. It spreads 15 power across the board. So if you Shuri into Dr. Doom, it spreads 20 power across the board. Now I tried to Shuri into Nimrod. I made a deck that was kind of, mini packages kind of put together where it was, a little bit of Destroy, a little bit of Shuri, kind of mixed in there. I think She-Hulk was in there, Arnim Zola, whatever. And I got Nimrod to 10 power, but 2 things happened. Either it still wasn't enough power because it's still just 10. And in a Shuri build, you want more than 10 in a lane. Now, granted, you have stuff going there already, but you want the big boys to come out. You want minimum 20. And I say that looking at She-Hulk. You want 20, you want 30 from Red Skull. You want something like, heck, you'd take 14 from Arrow or 12 from Captain Marvel. I just think it's funny because I got it to happen and I didn't even win when I got it to 10. And the games that I did win is because my opponents retreat, which is a common theme if you're playing a Shuri deck, right? If you have down Armor and or Cosmo and then you Shuri on turn 4, you get a lot of retreats right there, right? Or if your opponent wants to make sure you have something, they'll wait till turn 5 for you to drop the Red Skull into the Cosmo or Armor lane, and then they'll retreat. So I don't think this is a must purchase. Now, if you buy the season pass like myself for value, for the extra credit, the extra gold, the extra boosters, just the furthering along the collection level, opening caches, yeah, okay, you're gonna get the season pass anyway. I don't care what the season pass card is. I didn't play a lot of MODOK. I tried it out for the sake of trying it out and to be able to talk about it and to be able to say, yeah, I played it and I know what it. So you gather the information so you know how to play against it, right? Because you know how it works and how it functions and the little ins and outs. And I'll do the same with Nimrod. But outside of the first few days or the first week here, I'm not going to play a lot of Nimrod. Once once my rank gets back up and I get back into the Shuri and the Thanos world of decks, because those are still the 2 best decks. This Nimrod is not changing that. Again, I'm much more interested in Kitty Pryde, Master Mold, Negasonic. I think it's funny because those 3 cards are the best 3 cards, that we've seen in a couple of months at least. Because usually the season pass card is good, and then the other 3 cards are, they're Shauna, they're Shadow King, they're kind of like, all right, that's not good, right? But I think Kitty Pryde, Negasonic, and Master Mold will all be good. Period. I don't think we've had a month like that where all 3 cards after the season pass were good and going to be viable and playable. And that's where we're going to get into the issue of card acquisition. But that's not what this video is about. The bottom line is the season pass worth it for the value? Yes, it always is. Now, is the season pass worth it this month for the sake of you want Nimrod to slot in as a strong card, no. And I think you have to be very careful what destroy archetype player you are, and not just flat out say, okay, I want Nimrod, it's going to work. Heck, Nimrod doesn't even work well in Galactus. Yes, it works, but to me, it fills up too many spots, right? So if you have like 1 or 2 out already, and Nimrod completely fills the Galactus lane, it's Galactus and 3/5 power Nimrods. Galactus wants to do way more with that lane than, what is that, 5, 10, 15, 17 power. It's going to lose to a Shuri deck every single time if it does that. So it's not even great there. So the Arnim Zola play kind of works. This is a funky card. To me, it's not great. It's fine for what it does, but it's just not great overall. And that's fine though. But if you play a lot of Venom, or you know what, if you just want a deck, if you just want a card where you can kind of try out some different kind of decks, yeah, it's great. But again, the season pass is always worth it for just the overall value alone. So is it worth it for the value? Yes. Is it worth it for Nimrod specifically? No. Take that information and do with it what you will. But that's it. That's all I got for this video. Thank you guys again for joining me. I appreciate it. Again, if you could just like and subscribe, I'd very much that would very much help me along this track here. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.